This is really an exciting idea in my mind because I like simple ways to accomplish big things. Okay. So give me a yes in the chat if you have like a bill that you pay that's more than $300 a month. Everybody in the room that has a bill of more than $300, put a yes in the chat. If you have a bill more than $600, $700, and put a double yes in the chat, right? Most of you have some bill that's $300 or more. And I thought about that and I said, what happens if a person invests $300 a month? Like the same way you pay that bill. Think about this. A lot of you not only have that bill that's over 300 or two or three or four bills like that, but you've been paying them religiously. You've been paying them consistently. Why have you paid it consistently? Well, because you're trained on certain things. Like you're trained to believe that keeping your credit score high is a key to financial success and security, and it's not. Credit scores are only necessary for people who don't have access to equity. If you don't own anything, then you need a credit score because someone who owns capital will loan you money based on your credit score. But what you don't understand is that people who actually own assets don't need a credit score. I don't know if y'all know that. If you have money in your, like for example, I have a decent amount of money in one of my brokerage accounts, Merrill Lynch, and because I've got all this money in the account, they begged me to borrow money. The banker called me and said, "We, Dr. Watkins, we'd like to give you a $150,000 line of credit." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Well, because you got these assets and you can borrow against it." Not one single time did this broker say anything about like, "Hey, we need to check your credit and make sure that that you've had a job for 6 months and all." No, they didn't do none of that. They just said, you have collateral. Collateral trumps credit. Not to use that term. I know that's a sensitive word, but collateral matters more than credit. And so because I had collateral, they were like, "Yeah, of course, we'd love for you to borrow money because we know we're going to get paid back." And so basically, so you pay these bills consistently because you know that if you're late on a bill, they're going to hurt your credit score. And I get that. Um, so what I really want you to understand is that you don't have to change a thing in order to be wealthy. You really don't have to change anything about your life. All you got to do is add one more bill to your budget. One more bill. And the bill is the most important bill that you'll ever pay, and that's the bill for you and your family. That's your infrastructure bill. That's the bill that I need you to pass in your household, like just like they pass bills in Congress. I want you to pass this bill and put this bill in your budget. And it's going to be the family bill, the infrastructure bill, the me bill, the I bill, the us bill, right? And what this bill will do is it pretty much comes out to $300 or more that you, rain, sleet, snow, or hail, will put into an S&P 500 index fund. And I guarantee you, if you do that, if you do 300 or more, in about 5 years, you're supposed to have roughly 20 to $25,000 in equity that you own. Now, $25,000 ain't enough to quit your job. $25,000 does not make you financially free. But how many of you would say that a person with $25,000 in their bank account is doing decently well, is doing better than most people? Give me a yes if you'd agree with me that 20 to 25,000 in liquid that I can just pull out anytime I want gives me a lot more security.